Hello, it is time for the daily update from the Republican Party of Arizona. I'm your chairwoman, Dr. Kelly Ward. The sheriff of Racine County, Wisconsin, Christopher Schmaling, held a press conference yesterday regarding an investigation into election integrity in his county. The sheriff went out of his way to say that this was not a political event, that this was purely a presentation about a law enforcement investigation. The sheriff's conclusion is that election laws were not just broken, but shattered by members of the Wisconsin Election Commission. Now, the investigation was in response to a complaint from a citizen of Racine County. A woman whose mother passed away on October 9th, 2020, found out that her mother had voted absentee for the November 3rd, 2020 election. Concerned because her mother had been in significant cognitive decline, she asked the executive director of Ridgewood Healthcare, the senior care facility where her mother was living, how this could have happened. She was informed that the Wisconsin Election Commission had authorized employees of the senior care facility and of other such facilities as well all over the state to execute the vote. This is a glaring violation of Wisconsin election law. Just like many Arizona citizens did after the November 2020 election, this Wisconsin woman completed a sworn affidavit. She filed it with the Wisconsin Elections Commission, the WEC. They referred the complaint to Racine County, and then Racine County referred it to the Racine County Sheriff's Office. During the investigation, the Sheriff's Office discovered letters. They discovered these letters at the local elections office, where the WEC ordered the county not to send special voting deputies into retirement facilities. Now, Wisconsin law requires special voting deputies, people who are appointed and trained in Wisconsin and are selected to have one from each party, to be the only people who can go into senior care facilities and execute the vote. The local voting clerks told the sheriffs that 2020 actually had an unusual spike in voting from that care facility in 2020. There were 4 times more votes cast than in previous elections. And remember, these elderly people that were physically debilitated and often suffering from significant cognitive issues also had to request a ballot, and most of them had not done so for at least a decade, until 2020, that is. Investigators discovered that on March 12, 2020, the WEC sent a letter ordering local election offices across the state to not use special voting deputies. They also found that applications for absentee ballots had been pre-filled out by facility staff, and staff assisted residents in completing their ballots. And facility staff functioned as certification of witness to the ballots, all of which are expressly prohibited by Wisconsin election law. The WEC violated the direction of the governor's office and of the legislative council, both of which told the WEC they could not do this, that it was illegal. They did it anyway. The sheriff correctly pointed out that only the legislature can change election law according to the United States Constitution. The sheriff reached out to the families of the 48 people who had voted at Ridgewood in 2020. They discovered that many of the residents who had voted in 2020 had little or zero history of voting in recent years. The sheriff made it clear that they didn't look at the ballots to see how people voted. It really wasn't about reversing an election, but this process is about holding officials accountable to following the law. It's clear that the WEC suspended the special voting deputy program all on their own, without authority, and they knew it was illegal. 2 of the 6 members of that commission are attorneys themselves. Despite that, in January of 2021, the WEC voted to continue suspending the special voting deputy law. The Racine County Sheriff is exposing what they did. Numerous families have come forward to say that their loved ones' diminished mental capacity had been exploited. This is as low as one can get, exploiting some of the most vulnerable of our citizens for political purposes. Racine is just one of 72 counties in Wisconsin. Ridgewood is just one of 11 care facilities in Racine County. There are hundreds of such facilities throughout Wisconsin, and all of them got the same direction. The sheriffs called for an immediate investigation into this practice and into the Wisconsin Elections Commission. The sheriff is sending all of the findings to their local district attorney to determine if criminal charges should be made. Now, I can tell you, myself, I'm not an attorney, but I believe all the people who broke the law, from the newest activities aide to the chairman of the WEC, should be investigated and arrested. The lower level staff should be encouraged to plea bargain, to reveal the ringleaders in their facilities. Have no doubt, this was a conspiracy. Many people involved at many levels. Government makes law, and it's also subject to it. We're including a link to the sheriff's slideshow that you can review for yourself. And you can find a link to the press conference on our Facebook page at Republican Party of Arizona, as well as on my page at Kelly Ward AZ. Kelly with an I, because I care about the people. The fight for election integrity continues. We won't stop. Arizona has led the way, and we are so gratified to see that other states are taking this seriously too. And we hope that more join the effort. As you know, here at the Republican Party of Arizona, it is always America first. I'll see you next time.